obviously still dirt. Without my flashlight, it's complete dark in here. We're far enough from the entrance, there's no natural light in here. Here's a pile of breakdown rock right in the middle, which means it corresponds to a breakdown area of the ceiling. So it fell straight down. Those rocks fell straight down when the cave was forming. Except for my footsteps, there's no natural noise in here. Sometimes in caves there's natural noise from stuff like, what's it called? Water dripping. Here's another place where the ceiling is broken down, landed right on the floor. So there's a pile of breakdown rocks on the floor. Well, this is interesting. There's at least 3 other caves in this system, one of which is really hard to explore. I haven't been in it. One of which is pretty far away. I don't know if I'll be able to get to it. And then one of which I think is right here. I gotta double check on that. Caves often form in groups. So, you wanna know where to look for caves? Start with one cave and start looking. With the property owner's permission, of course. There are caves on private property. Luckily, these caves are in a forest land or something like that, agriculture land, some kind of forest or a U.S. government land. So notice here, it's really, really flat. So right in the middle, there's like a dry creek bed. Other than that, it's just dust. One rock right in the middle. But yeah, it's really, really flat here. Excuse me. Not sure what's up with this gray dust. Could be ash, like somebody had a fire here. Or it could be leaking from above through the crack. I'm not really sure. Maybe I should try tasting it, see if it tastes like ash. Yeah. Wrong way to do science. A little bit of a ledge up there. It's interesting. It's interesting here because the ceiling, instead of being arch-shaped, it's almost flat straight across. We're lucky it didn't collapse. We're almost near the lower end of the cave, though. The lower end of the cave, as you can see, it just gets smaller and smaller and smaller. So the ceiling is curving down, right? That means the floor should have been curving down too. Well, okay, it depends. It's possible that when the lava sealed, the floor is flat, so it's sealed, right? But it could be curving down too. The tube could go a lot longer. You notice the floor here, it's, what's it called? It's dirt, dust. So if you really want to know how far the cave goes, you'd have to start digging and find out. But the thing is, we try not to have zero trace. Zero trace is impossible. I mean, just by being here, I'm leaving footprints. Obviously, I'm making noise. I'm bringing light, body heat, using up oxygen, giving out carbon dioxide, giving out moisture in my breath, etc. So zero trace is like an ideal that you strive for. So obviously, bringing a shovel back here and digging a hole at the back of the cave to see if it keeps going. You know, real scientists could probably arrange for something like that, but It's not something I should do. Although I do have a shovel in case I get my car stuck, but that's another story. Notice here, the floor looks like dried mud. It's exactly what it is. Water flowed into this cave. It brought dust with it. The water dripped up, disappeared somehow. It dried out or it seeped through, leaving the dust here, plugging the cave and drying up. Here in the middle, there's obviously footprints where people have been walking, including me. Now that jar there, that's not litter. That's actually a sign-in sheet. I already signed in on my previous trip today. I'm not going to sign in twice. Although now that I think about it, I think I got the date wrong. I think I put the wrong months, but oh well, nobody cares. Notice there's quite a bit of vandalism back here. People have been writing their names and other messages. People would do that. They went to the back of a cave, sign in just to prove they made it. As you can see, it's blocked off completely. So unless you want to bring a shovel, you're not going any farther. Here I can stand up for just a little bit. And that's it. Okay, I'm gonna turn around. I got knee pads on. Gotta be careful. I'm squatting down. The ceiling here is like 4 feet tall. So I have to be careful not to bump my head or any other body parts I might want for later. Really interesting ceiling. Nice bright white ceiling. Here's a mound of dirt where I assume dirt's been coming through the cracks in the ceiling. And then those round spots are craters where water's been dripping from the ceiling. Bit of an uneven ceiling. There's like a ridge on the ceiling. So that's why the water droplets are all in a concentrated little area. They flow down to the bottom of those points and then drip from there. It'd be really neat to see this cave when it's wet. But the road here really sucks. Here's a weird dark spot. Not sure what happened there. Looks like rock that fell from the ceiling. Not sure if that's natural or if somebody vandalized it. Hopefully nobody vandalized it, but there aren't any cops for 30 miles, so whatever. And here we are again where the ceiling has some small stalactites, lava stalactites. This one's hollow, so I think that's called a straw. A lot of these are actually hollow. So you see a lot are broken off. People either tried to touch it and oops, they broke it, or they actually grabbed it as a souvenir. It's tall enough ceiling though that hopefully you think people would be careful. Well, like I said, there's no cops for a long way away. This cuts away the, wow. Here's actually, looks like some cave popcorn, which you normally see in solution caves. So a little bit of minerals have been coming through here. This is a really old cave, but it's a dry cave, so I wouldn't expect formations to grow too quickly around here. There's a nice ledge up there, a balcony. It's only about a foot wide. It's like 12 feet high. Okay, maybe 10, 9. Anyway, it's up there a ways, so I'm not going to attempt to get up there. I bet some people have. See, if I was desperate to get up there, I could just grab on there and climb up. I wouldn't want to do that to the cave. I wouldn't want to risk damaging the cave or